Nnamdi Kanu is dead. That was the news that spread like wildfire across Igbo land.
There is nothing anybody can do. If I'm alive, if I'm dead, if I'm wherever I may be, Biafra will come. If I'm dead, it's even better because it will come far more quicker. Can I show you?
Some said he had been killed, others said he had been captured by the army. For many, it felt like the end of a dream, the voice that once spoke for millions of people. But this is not the story of a man who died, but a man that refused to stay silent.
We are fighting for independence, not fighting physically with guns and bullets. We are fighting in terms of our agitation, we are fighting in terms of our belief, we're fighting in terms of our consistency to ensure that we are free, because we're not free. As a free people, we can afford to make life better for our people.
It started as a whisper. One man, one microphone, and one message that the Igbo people deserve justice, fairness, and a seat at the table of this nation. Before long, that whisper became a movement. Everywhere you turned, in markets, in churches, in street corners, the name IPOB carried a new kind of fire. For the first time in years, the Igbo man was no longer afraid to speak, to say we matter too, to say that our pain is real.
We are being killed. During the war, 3.5 million were killed.
They have been marginalizing us for so many years.
We have been through terrible times, experiencing marginalization more than words can tell.
14th October 2015, when Nnamdi Kanu returned to Nigeria, they were waiting for him at the airport. The moment his flight landed, he was arrested, thrown into detention. But even behind bars, his courage grew louder. He faced the court with a calm defiance, his voice firm and his faith unbroken.
They are killing my people. After killing my people, you tell me what to tell me secret? The person is mad. Completely mad. Tell me that's what I said. That he is mad. He cannot tell me. He cannot tell me.
When they finally granted him bail, the conditions were almost impossible. He was told not to speak, not to gather, not to lead. They wanted to break his spirit. But one thing they didn't understand, this man is a man driven by something deeper than fear. After his release, he went on with the gospel. He preached, he gathered, he led people. But then came the Operation Python Dance. A name that will forever be remembered with pain in the southeast. The army invaded peaceful towns under the claim of restoring order. What followed was horror. Homes were burnt. Young men were unalived. When soldiers surrounded Nnamdi Kanu's home in Afaruku, Abia State, the blood of 23 people stained the soil. 23 souls who died trying to protect their leader, and then silence. Nnamdi Kanu was gone, vanished without a trace. For months, nobody knew if he was alive or dead. Families mourned. The land grew quiet. It was as if hope itself had been buried. Until one day, almost a year later, he reappeared alive. Still speaking, still unshaken.
You think you can stop the truth? You've got to be joking. You must be dreaming. We are live and we are direct. And humanity is listening to us because we preach the truth. You may not like it, and quite frankly, I do not give a damn. If you like it or if you don't like it or it doesn't bother me.
From abroad, he continued to talk about injustices, about forgotten promises, about a people left behind since the end of the Civil War. But then, in June 2021, tragedy struck again. He was abducted in Kenya in broad daylight and flown back to Nigeria in what many called an illegal operation. Kidnap, no court order, no fair process, just force. Since then, he has been locked up year after year, hearing after hearing, yet justice remained out of reach.
Of Nigeria, chairman of board of benchers, an old man like this doesn't know the law.
You don't know the law.
And here is the most painful thing. In the middle of all this, he lost the two people who loved him the most, his father and his mother. They both died waiting for their son to come home. They died with heartbreak in their hearts. Imagine that pain. A son fighting for the people while the two people he loved the most were taken by grief. Today, Nnamdi Kanu's kids grow without their father. The family lives in fear, and the entire Southeast still lives on the wound that has refused to heal. This is bigger than one man. This is about the decades of marginalization that created him. A people pushed to the edge, a region abandoned by those that are in power. No good roads, no steady lights, no voices at the corridors of power. Nnamdi Kanu only said what millions we are already thinking, that the Igbo man deserves fairness, that Nigeria cannot have peace without justice. Now we stand at a crossroad. We can continue to fight each other or stand together to fight for what is right. October 20th is not just a date, it is a chance for Ndi Igbo to stand together again and say in one voice, enough is enough. Let us come out not with anger but with unity, with peace and courage. Because keeping Nnamdi Kanu in detention will never bring peace. It will only deepen the pain. Nnamdi Kanu lives in the spirit of every young Igbo man and woman who refuses to be silent. He lives in the cry for justice. He lives in the hope that one day we will all stand together as equals in our own nation. He gave up his freedom for his people. Now it is time for his people to stand for him. Let's unite for peace, for justice, for freedom. Let's bring him home. Free Nnamdi Kanu, free the voice of the East.